What's up, Internet? Rob, a minor error. In this video, we're going to take a look at the LEKATO, or LEKATO, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to go with LEKATO pedal board with a built-in power supply. Before we start, yes, LEKATO did send me the pedal board for free, but I'm not going to let that bias my opinions at all. I will be brutally honest about my opinion on this little pedal board. With that out of the way, let's get going. This pedal board comes with basically everything you need in order to get your pedals mounted and ready to get you from a gig and home again. It's got metal construction, comes with the Velcro, comes with some tie wraps. It has this built-in power supply with 10 different outputs, including the USB output. And it also comes with the connection points, basically, to get to your pedals and power them and everything. Everything is there that you need to get started, especially if you've never built a pedal board before. Pedal board weighs just a little bit under 3 pounds, so it's fairly lightweight. Comes with a padded case, and its dimensions are basically 12 inches by 19 inches across. The case that it comes with is padded to help protect your pedals, and the pedal board is angled too to help it make it easier to kind of get your foot up and step on those pedals that you might be putting up on the higher row. The power supply has 7 9-volt outputs, and then it has one 12-volt and one 18-volt output, as well as a USB-A jack. So, man, there's a lot going on here on the built-in power supply. There is also a metal cage around the power supply to kind of protect it, so it is well installed. So yeah, plenty of power here for all of your different pedals, especially having those slightly higher outputs are great to be able to potentially power some pedals that need that little extra bit of juice. It comes with the Velcro pre-installed on the actual pedal board itself, and then you've got plenty of Velcro to put on your pedals in order to mount them. With its 19 by 12 inch size, this is a medium-sized pedal board. You could fit quite a few pedals on this guy. It's not a small one, man. There's plenty of real estate here to fit a wah, potentially some bigger pedals like the Stymon stuff, maybe a Pog, anything that's a little bit bigger, takes up more real estate. There's definitely more space here to fit quite a few larger pedals on it, which is awesome. So why did I accept a free $90 pedal board and take the time to shoot this review? Surely my time is more valuable than that. Well, I'm going to be putting together a whole bunch of pedal reviews here on the channel. It's something I've never done before. I've been collecting a ton of pedals. I probably have close to 30 right now. A bunch of JHS stuff, some Keeley stuff. Really excited. Been kind of getting into the whole pedal thing. It's a lot of fun. So I needed an extra pedal board here at home. So the fact that I had a built-in power supply and everything, I'm like, sure, you know what? That's cool. It'll make shooting and putting all that together easier in the future. So that was kind of why I sprung for the pedal board. So let's talk about what I like about it. I like that there's a built-in power supply. They're not isolated outputs, so it does have the potential to be noisier than a dedicated power supply. Obviously, those dedicated power supplies like a Chox or a Voodoo Labs, right? They cost like $300. So, the fact you're getting the pedal board part plus some sort of a built-in power supply, in my opinion, it's a step up, at least in form factor, than using something like a one spot to daisy chain and power everything. I like the metal construction here. I think it's well made. There's no cosmetic issues. The powder coating on the aluminum is great. The way that the logo is applied, the way that all the font is applied, that tells you what the different outputs are, is very nice. So I do think it is a good product for the price. I think, especially if you're looking to build your first pedal board, or if you've built one on like just a piece of wood and you want something that's a little nicer, definitely a step up. The gig bag has a nice amount of padding too, so even beyond just protecting your stuff from the elements, if it happens to be raining out or something like that, it'll definitely protect them from that. But also, if you're tossing them in the back of a car, in the back of a trailer, in the back of a van or something, better chance of your stuff not getting smashed, which is always a good thing. Let's talk negatives. So the first negative, I think, is just the bag that it comes with. Doesn't have any sort of external storage on it. There's no extra outer pouch where you could put the power supply part, or where you could put extra picks, strings, your guitar strap, whatever it is. When you're going to a gig, you need a ton of paraphernalia. You need backups of at least a couple things. So not having an extra storage on the pedalboard case, a little bit of a bummer. Not a deal breaker, but I do think it's worthwhile to point out, especially if you're planning on using this to get to and from gigs and stuff like that. Yeah, you're gonna have to rely on your guitar gig bag or a second bag altogether, or you're gonna have to toss it in there on the pedals, which I think is like very less than ideal. Pedals are expensive. I don't want some random thing, banging into it, scratching them up, but also could damage it or break it, break a knob off or something like that. The next negative is I think the output jacks for the power is actually on the wrong side. I wish that the power supply was flipped around the other direction, because I don't want all of my power cables to come off the front of the board, just for cosmetics and looks, but also for putting this in like a case that's going to get smushed repeatedly in the case and could potentially break them. So I wish that the power supply was the other way around. If it had been, you could route the cables right underneath of it, zip tie everything in there, and then there wouldn't be this chance of when you put things in the case, it pushing on those jacks. So I wish the power supply was the other way around. That would really make the potential for longevity here much better. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. I think the power supply is just kind of backwards. Everybody usually mounts them the other way around so that, you just don't see it, but again, also, so that the stuff doesn't get broken. And the last negative is, in my opinion, the slats on the pedal board are a little skinny and a little narrow, and there's kind of a big gap between them. So especially if you have like those micro pedals, you might, like little mini guys, you might have some problems getting them mounted as effectively as you could otherwise. So yeah, the distance is a little bit big here between them. I wish that the slats were a little larger and the spaces in between them a little bit smaller, so that you could easily position, real estate comes at a premium on a pedal board, so that kind of limits where you're going to be able to put things, and kind of feng shui it onto the board if you know your Super Troopers. So that's kind of a bummer as well. Now the overall build quality of the board, like I said, is very nice. It's very well made. The aluminum is nice. It is lightweight, and I do think it's sturdy and roadworthy for your just kind of weekend warrior kind of pedal board. But yeah, the gig bag doesn't have any extra storage. The power supply, in my opinion, is mounted backwards and can't be flipped. And then the pedal board slats are a little too narrow with a little too big of a gap in between them. I wish that it was the other way around. So, would I recommend this pedal board? Yeah, sure. I think especially if you're looking for your first board to put all your pedals on, this is great. It's a good improvement over just having your pedals loose. Obviously, anything's better than that. But I think the price is reasonable for the power supply that you're getting along with it, even if it's kind of mounted backwards. I'm going to be probably actually using this for my in-person lessons eventually. I think I'm going to use it at home to shoot my videos once I've knocked out all those videos. Then I think I'm going to rebuild my student pedal board at my music school. Basically, I have two pedal boards at my music school, one for me and then one for my students. And that'll be cool because it'll be bigger than the one that I currently am using. I got like some $15 one off Amazon, and that'll be cool. I'll be able to add some extra toys on there. Everybody always likes, some extra toys like a Pog or something like that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I think it's cool for the price. It's definitely a reasonable product. And the negatives, I don't think outweigh the positives. I think it's priced, accurately for what it is, right? So hope you like this review. If you like what I do, here I do my own original music. I'm a progressive metal guitar player. I do give virtual lessons. I have like 1 or 2 slots open. So if you're interested in a virtual lesson, you want to learn how to shred, you want to learn production, you want to learn music theory or ear training or whatever, shoot me a message. My email is down below. And hopefully if you liked it, do like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Help feed the YouTube algorithm for me. The support would be very much appreciated. So thank you for watching. Rock on. Woo!